Alright folks, welcome back. As always, I'm Falcon, your host, and we are playing Homeworld Remastered Edition. I'm going to do both Homeworld games, Homeworld 1 and Homeworld 2 in the remastered format. This game is pretty damn awesome, because Homeworld is one of my favorite games of all time, and the fact that they did this remastered and that makes the game, more playable on newer computers, better graphics, better resolution and things. You can see I pretty much have everything turned up to maximum. There is really no higher levels for anything here. The only thing that's not turned on is depth bias and motion blur, because depth of field and motion blur really annoy me. I also have cinematic. Depth of field only on cinematics. But yeah, everything is at absolute maximum. There is no higher settings for any of these things. Let's have the volume turned down quite a bit. We may fiddle over this a little bit, have to turn it down a little bit more. Might actually just set everything at 50. And controls, I've played this a little bit. I didn't get through the entire game, but I played maybe a third of the way through the first Homeworld doing this. And it's a great game. I still love it. See, I was on mission 6. We will, however, be doing brand new, restarting from the beginning, and let's go. Now, you folks may hear a little bit of background noise occasionally throughout this video. My cat, well, not my cat, but one of my roommate's cats, is in my room visiting me, and she is being noisy. A pain in the butt. So you might hear some noises of her playing in bags or boxes or whatever it is that she happens to be doing at any particular moment in time.
100 years ago, a satellite
it's
detected
still really loud.
An object under the sands of the Great Desert. An expedition was sent. An ancient starship buried in the sand. Deep inside the ruin was a single stone that would change the course of our history forever. On the stone was etched a galactic map, and a single word more ancient than the clans themselves. Higara, our home.
I like how they redid the cutscenes. Made them look so much better. Like, you couldn't even see anything in the old cutscenes. Hardly.
The clans were united, and a massive colony ship was designed. Construction would take 60 years. It would demand new technologies, new industries, and new sacrifices. The greatest of these was made by the scientist Karen Sajet, who had herself permanently integrated into the colony ship as its living core. She is now Fleet Command. The promise of the Guide Stone united the entire population. Every mind became focused on the true origin of our people. Every effort on the construction of the ship that would seek it out among the stars.
Jesus.
Scaffold control standing by.
All stations green.
You're clear to approach. You got it.
Bays 8, 9, and 10 sealed.
Scaffold decks A, B, C secure.
I apologize for how loud it is. You saw, I turned everything down.
Release crew standing by. What a beautiful sight.
This is Fleet Command. Reporting mothership relaunch status. Command online. Resourcing online. Construction online. Cryogenic subsections A through J online. K through S online. Scaffold control, stand by for alignment. Alignment confirmed. Stand by, release control.
All caliper banks released.
The mothership has cleared the scaffold. We are away.
Jeez, it's so freaking loud. I actually had to take my earphones off. Earbud things out. Jesus. I apologize. I turned it down. Way down. Clearly wasn't enough. Okay, we're just gonna...
command line testing.
Okay, seriously. Seriously. What the hell, game? Really? 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 For real. For reals! Okay, we're gonna have to turn this down even more to like a ridiculous level. My God, that doesn't sound a damn bit quieter than it was
Fleet
half a second ago.
intelligence going online. Our task is to analyze all sensor data and generate mission objectives. Before the hyperdrive test, several trials must be completed. Test construction by building the primary research ship. Test resource processing by harvesting the asteroids provided nearby.
Hyperspace module charging. 35% capacity and rising. The mothership will be ready for the hyperdrive test in 10 minutes.
Strike group coordinates locked in. Stand down, we're on hold.
Stand by to begin combat trials. First, we will be monitoring formation performance. Target drones have been provided here. Assign a formation to your fighters and destroy the drones.
Yeah.
Group 1. Local resources exhausted, fleet. Moving on. New formation acknowledged.
Okay. Seriously. Do we need to like restart the game to disable the freaking... to actually have it affect the volume or something? I mean, my God, man.
Standing by.
That sounds better. Oh, my cat is speaking to me. Well, like I said, she's not my cat, but she thinks she's my cat. What do you want? Yes, the world can hear you. Be silent. Be silent, Fuzzball. You want attention.
Group 1 reports victory.
Hold on. Where? Oh.
Group 1 copies.
Okay, now another spot over here.
Coordinates locked in.
Formation trial complete.
Yes.
Flight analysis shows a 22% increase in combat performance. The next trial will test the effectiveness of tactics. Stand by to begin tactics trial.
Is it aggressive or invasive? Or evasive?
Defensive perimeter set. Weapon set to full power. Pursuing targets. Strike group prepare for assault.
They can do their thing there. My resources are indicated here. This game desperately needed the ability to speed up time. They unfortunately did not include that
Mothership.
in the re-release here, which they really should have, because this game is in desperate need of it. So almost all the levels, there will be long periods of time after the level's basically completed, like I've done whatever I'm supposed to do, where I will be sitting around doing resources, mining and such things, and building up the fleet and stuff. And that kind of stuff I'm going to do off camera. So I'm basically just only going to film the main missions themselves. This first one, I'm going to do the first mission here, and then probably the second mission.
Group 1 has defeated
And that's
the
going
enemy.
to basically be the end. I'm not going to do any further research, or any further playing all of the collecting and all that stuff
Strike group moving into
on
position.
camera.
Tactics trial complete.
And then
Trial
following...
will test the performance.
Yeah, we're going to do salvage drones. I got it.
Mothership.
Following that,
Assembly underway. Berths are clear.
is this the only research thing or resource things that are here? These third couple? I feel like they are, so actually I may... Probably can't build 2 of these. I probably can only build 1, because I'm not going to have the stuff to build more than that. Let me double check and make sure that there is in fact not a way to speed the game up. Pretty sure there isn't, but it would have been such a good thing to add that I frankly find it a little hard to believe that they didn't. Well, they did indeed not. That's silly of them. Definitely silly, but oh well. Oh god. Cat's jumping on my chair. Can I help you? Fuzzbutt. Fuzzbutt. You were hereby dubbed Fuzzbutt. Should I maybe get rid of this other resource collector? It's going to give me a lot more money, which I could use for building other things. Alright, let's move that to the top for a second. Get the research ship built.
New research available. Research ship complete.
The primary research ship has been constructed. The research division
Oh.
is online.
Oh, I didn't cancel it.
Begin fighter chassis research immediately.
And that'll get me interceptors, which is the one remaining type of construction that I need. Or the one remaining type of thing that I need for this level.
1 copies. Strike group coordinates locked in.
Salvage corvette complete. Group 1 reports enemy contact.
Reporting. Pursuing targets.
Group 9 designated. Group 1 under
No,
attack.
no,
Group
no,
1 standing
stop.
by. Strike group moving into position.
Insufficient resources. Research paused.
Passive tactics confirmed. Standing down.
Gonna make me fail the mission because you were stupid.
Ready. Resources locked in.
Alright, so we are going to be able to complete the research. I'm not going to have the money to build anything. Unless there's more resources somewhere that I'm unaware of off the top of my head. I really have sworn that there was more resources on this map.
Insufficient resources.
But apparently
Research
not.
paused.
It's alright, because we will have time in the next mission to build, to do a little bit of building. Although, we will be somewhat limited. God, it's still so loud, and it's so, like, turned down to practically nothing. It's kind of annoying. Kind of annoying. I want to know what these are, and why can't I do anything with them? These are like resource things. I want them. Give them to me. Whatever. Whatever. You're actually both dropping resources
Stand by
off.
for hyperdrive test.
Apparently you are.
Internal pressure doors will be sealed in 2 minutes. Abort system standing by.
Hyperspace module fully charged. I'm ready to initiate quantum wave generation on your mark. Good luck, everyone.
All sections have reported in. We are clear to proceed. Trigger the hyperspace drive at your discretion.
And I can't do anything else here, so we're gonna do it. Just quick dock, and we're out of here. And boom. So, this game, I love Homeworld so much.
All hyperspace systems operating at full power.
They
If
did
the
it.
hyperspace targeting system is accurate, we will emerge in close proximity to the support vessel Kar Salim. This ship has spent the past 10 years traveling on conventional drives to reach the outer Karak system. The Kar Salim will monitor the quantum waveform as we return to normal space and assist in tuning our drive control systems. If the hyperspace module malfunctions, the Kar Salim will provide assistance and resupply. Mission objectives will be to dock with the support vessel in order to complete adjustments to the mothership and her drives.
Which unfortunately we won't actually be doing. I feel like the cat's about to leap on my face. What are you doing over there?
We made it. Hyperspace jump complete.
Oh joy. We didn't
All systems
explode.
nominal, and the quantum wave effect has dissipated.
We have misjumped. The support ship is not here. Fleet Command will signal the Kar Salim while we confirm our current position.
This
Collection
is the
confirmed.
mothership calling support vessel Kar Salim. Come in, please. We've misjumped and are requesting your beacon. This is the mothership calling support vessel Kar Salim.
Come on.
Please respond.
Come on. Do what I tell you. Thank you.
Priority alert. We have picked up
No,
the Kar
Cat,
Salim's
stop.
automated beacon. Send a probe to make contact and re-establish communication.
Now, this is one of those things, there's several times throughout this game that you don't want to do what they tell you to do. At least not immediately. Sometimes not for quite some time, actually. Right now, I want to do most of this mining of the stuff that's all closer to me. I want to mine out as much of it as I can. And I want to get research done. And we need a ton of interceptors. Now, you see I have 7 out of 70. We can have a total of 70 fighters.
Construction underway. Assembly
Now,
underway.
we want a bunch of interceptors. And we want a bunch of salvage corvettes eventually, though not necessarily right this second. You can build multiple research
Interceptor
ships.
complete.
There is no point. It's a waste of money.
Interceptor complete.
Now, we're just going to build...
Research paused.
We're simply going to be building the, tons of interceptors and eventually some salvage corvettes. But we're not quite to where we need salvage corvettes yet. Damn it, cat, stop messing with the mouse.
Confirmed.
Group 1 reinforced.
Group 1 reporting.
Alright, now these down here, these are your formations that you can take your ships into. One of the best ones for fighters is the claw
Strike group
formation.
acknowledged.
You'll see they'll assemble into it.
Insufficient resources. Research
And
paused.
it makes them do that. One ship in the middle, and then they go out from there. No, obviously don't have. I have a uneven number of ships at the moment, so it's not a perfect formation, but... Now, a lot of people play through the game. There's a number of ways to play through this. One of the ways, the way that I'm going to play through it, because I find it the most enjoyable, is to build tons of salvage corvettes. And, like, max out your number of salvage corvettes, and you use them to capture, like, as many ships as you possibly can, like, every single mission.
Interceptor complete.
I really enjoy that because it ends up letting you build, like, a humongous, like, ridiculous fleet that you can just crush everything. Stop it.
Research complete.
That you can just crush everything
Available for construction.
in your path.
New research available. Interceptor complete.
Because I find that a lot more enjoyable than
Interceptor
just,
complete. Interceptor complete.
Stop. I just find that to be more enjoyable than...
Local resources exhausted, fleet. Moving on.
Okay. Sure. I find that to be more enjoyable than dealing with the relatively limited number of ships that you're able to actually build. Like, obviously, corvettes and fighters you can have quite a few of, and those you can't salvage anyway. But, I don't have any of them, so I can't actually select these tabs, but you can only build, like, 20 frigates or something, and, like, maybe not even that many. And an equally fairly small number of capital ships. I prefer to have a great deal more than that. It just makes the game... I like to be able to just smash everything in my path, pretty much.
Ready.
And the only way you can really do that
New formation acknowledged.
is if you have built
Coordinates locked in.
a large force of
Insufficient resources. Research paused.
salvage corvettes so that you can capture a bunch of ships. Now, I don't really need salvage corvettes this level. It's the following level, I believe, is when I will actually need them. Right now, I don't have much use for them. What I do have use for is tons and tons of interceptors.
Berths are clear. Construction underway.
Now, this level, because I need the resources to build up my fleet in the first place, I'm going to have to do a lot of this resourcing on camera, which is quite unfortunate, but it is sadly a necessity.
Insufficient resources. Research paused.
I don't really have an option here. Luckily, most of the resources are in this initial area. There's a few over by the Car Salem, but not many. But we will be finishing this level in this episode, and then the following episode we will be starting up with the next mission, and the next mission is when it really starts to get
Keep it moving.
more action-y. I will probably keep... These episodes are probably going to be a little... Well, they're going to vary a lot, actually, in length, because some missions are much shorter than others, and I'm going to primarily keep the missions...
Insufficient resources. Research paused.
Shut the hell up. I'm going to primarily keep the missions, or the episodes, rather, one mission per episode.
Interceptor complete.
So some of these missions are going to be... Some of the episodes, are going to be much longer than others. Some of them are going to be very short. Next episode is probably going to be a very short one.
Complete.
This one will be a little bit longer because we did 2 missions, and we had to sit here and do all of this building at the very beginning of the game.
Complete.
This is a game series that really could use... Well,
Interceptor complete.
the fact that they did this refresh of the series is awesome, but they could really use a new game in the series.
Interceptor
They
complete.
could really use a Homeworld 3. Because this is a series...
Group 1.
Like, it's one of the few games that you can actually have true freedom of movement
Insufficient
in 3D
resources.
with
Research
spaceships.
paused.
Strike group coordinates locked in.
Their movement system is very well done. Because, I mean, you can do... Like, I can send these guys up and down. Upward and downward very easily. Through true 3D space. It gives you good indications of where things are. not only, you know, the forward, backward, left, and right, but in the up and down. Like, see, this is where that thing is, but it's actually all the way up here.
Strike group moving into
So if I want to move to that asteroid field, that's what I have to do.
Standing by.
And
Local resources exhausted.
it just makes the game very
Roger.
Group 2 designated.
much better than pretty much any other
Insufficient resources.
game has actually
Research
managed to
paused.
do for this type of thing. Don't suppose... No, that's a battle chatter. There's no way to turn off the insufficient resources crap that it goes on about.
Group 2 copies. Strike group moving into position.
Now you'll see. But anyway, this series is a very influential series for the strategy genre, and I feel like it is deserving of another game in the series. Now there is kind of another game coming out, but it's a very different game. It's not a space strategy game. But there is Shipbreakers. I don't remember if that's still the name of it, because I know it's been renamed a couple times. But it was originally kind of based very loosely on Homeworld, but it wasn't a Homeworld game initially. That has changed. It actually is a Homeworld game now. It is now Homeworld Shipbreakers, I believe is still the name of it. I don't think they changed that part.
Group 1
And
standing by.
it is...
Coordinates locked in.
You're on a planetary surface, and you are fighting over these wreckages of these old ancient ships. Basically like the ship that they found on Karak, our homeworld, or, well, kind of homeworld. The planet back near the sun here, where we started out, which I didn't actually show you. I didn't really move the camera around so you could see the planet previously. Which I should have, but I didn't. You might have saw it a little bit, but I didn't really look at it. But kind of like where they found that
Insufficient
wreckage.
resources. Research paused.
Very similar to that, like, experience. You find these wreckages, you have to salvage them and gain technology and resources from them and fight other factions that are attempting to do the same thing. I don't really know the storyline. I don't know what period it's supposed to be based in. I don't know if it's supposed to be based on Karak or on some other planet or a number of planets. I don't really know any of these details. I haven't bothered to really learn them, nor am I sure if they've even released that kind of information. So, don't know. But, so there is another game coming out technically set in the universe, but it's not a Homeworld game. It's not one of these. It isn't based in space. It isn't based, with spaceships and giant fleets, and
Insufficient resources.
it's a
Research
very,
paused.
very different type of game. Which is not necessarily a bad thing, don't get me wrong, but...
Research complete. New research available. New corvettes available for construction.
Interceptor complete.
Okay, so now we got salvage. We got those corvettes.
Interceptor complete.
Now, I need some salvage corvettes
Earth
because
circulating.
I'm going to need them for the next
Interceptor complete.
Construction
episode.
underway.
It's one thing I've always liked about this series, about this game. You actually have to plan ahead, and if it was the very first time that you've played it, if you've never played it before, doing so is kind of hard because you don't know what you need in the future. Now, I have played through this game multiple times, not this particular version, but Homeworld, period. I've played through multiple times. I know the game very well. And because of that, I feel like I have more...
Corvette complete.
I feel like I have more research available right now than I did the first time I played through this. I feel like having played through it the first time, it's letting me unlock more things than I was able to unlock before. I'm pretty damn sure I couldn't unlock heavy corvettes until later. Could be wrong about that, but I don't know. I do know right now my priority needs to be the salvage corvettes because we need at least 6 of them for the next
Local
mission.
resources exhausted. Fleet moving on.
Ideally, we need more than that. We need 9, but I don't know if I have... I don't know if I'm going to be able to build
Salvage corvette
enough
complete.
of them and still build enough fighters and things that I need. We'll see. I don't know. I do apologize that it's a very slow thing right now. It will be a little... That's why I'm going to try and do all of this collecting and stuff in the future off camera. But this...
Group 1.
The very beginning of the game here is very slow paced because you...
Group 2 reinforced.
You know, don't have the ships to just go straight into
Salvage corvette.
the actual objectives without getting crushed. And I would get crushed right now. Make no mistake.
Insufficient resources. Research paused.
I would definitely be crushed if I tried to just go in and fight these guys. And yes, there is a big fight here. When you come over here, this is where the car slum is, where these fields are here. But when you come over here, you get attacked by an enemy force, which we'll be doing in a moment. As I said, this episode might be a little bit longer. The other
standing by.
Following episodes are probably going to be shorter, because I'm going to do my best to
moving into position.
Move fairly quickly and complete the objectives, and then I will sit around off camera after I've completed the objectives and do all of this mining. But unfortunately for the moment, we're kind of forced to do most of the mining now, simply so I have the ships that I need. We're about to unlock, this research will unlock a heavy corvette. These light corvettes, they're alright, but the heavy corvettes are considerably better than the light corvettes. And then eventually we get something called a multi-gun corvette, which is really the ideal thing, because this game runs on a very rock, paper, scissors style balancing system. Fighter craft are really intended to take out capital ships. Frigates, or corvettes, are intended to take out fighter craft. And then capital ships and frigates, well, particularly frigates, are kind of supposed to be taking out corvettes. That's how the balance is supposed to work. Now, because of the way some of the larger ships, the frigates and capital ships operate, why the hell are you not still harvesting? It was really weird. Because of how the balancing system, or some of the ships work, they're not really the greatest for completing those objectives. There's something called ion cannons in this game, and they are not really that great for targeting corvettes. Corvettes are still usually a little too fast and a little too small to be targeted by them. They can be, and if you manage to hit them, they basically get immediately obliterated. But
salvage corvette complete.
Successfully hitting them is not the easiest thing in the world. Okay.
Ready.
So I have like the bare minimum
Reinforced.
corvettes, salvage corvettes that I need, and I'm going to get heavy corvette upgrade finished. Whatever further money that I manage to bring in, which there should be another load or two available, will go into building more interceptors. I'm not going to build any light corvettes at all. They're not really that good. Repair corvettes are really not useful, except in a few certain relatively limited instances. And salvage corvettes we need. We need the maximum we can have, if we turn this on, we will see. The maximum salvage corvettes that we can have is 14. We want to have 14. We want to always have 14. I don't presently have anywhere near the money I need to build 14 of them. Especially because I do need to build more fighters still. But interceptors are one of the primary. Let's actually not build that just yet. Interceptors are one of the primary things that I want to build a bunch of.
Berths are clear. Berths are clear.
because these are good against fighters. And in the early game here, the main thing that you're fighting or dealing with are fighters. But we do get bombers as well, which we're obviously not going to get right now. It is something looks like that it is going to make us have to wait for. But bombers are what you want for dealing with capital ships. Because fightercraft in general, but then particularly bombers, because they actually have the firepower to do it.
Corvettes available for construction.
Okay, there's all the research. Now, we may actually want to do some heavy corvettes, but I don't presently really have the money for them. There, let's actually not build them just yet. Okay, so we're about to where we want to be.
Strike group coordinates locked in. Group 1 copies.
I'm not going to be able to get too much better. So we're going to send in a scout. It told us send a probe. Well, we're not building a probe. Probes are crap. We're not going to be doing that. We are instead going to send in the scout here. Now, one thing that I believe they've taken out of the game is fuel. I haven't really noticed that this fuel gauge goes down when I was playing before. Fuel used to be a huge, important thing in this game, and I'm not entirely convinced that it's still a thing. Oh god. Let's see, the inordinately loud cutscenes continue to be way louder than the rest of the game. I'm gonna exit out of this because exiting out of it.
Group 1 reporting. Strike group to battle positions.
The
Yeah,
mothership
no
is under
kidding.
attack.
Engage incoming units. The mothership must be defended.
No kidding.
Construction underway.
Group 1 reports victory.
Assembly underway.
So I don't think I'm gonna build any more interceptors. I'm gonna build
Supporting friendly units. Berths are
heavy
clear.
corvettes
Strike
with what
group
money I
under
have
enemy
left.
attack. Group 2 standing by. Weapons set to full power. Group 1 show no mercy. Under fire.
Okay, so now we're starting the real part of this mission here.
Group 1 standing by. Stay sharp. Strike group reports hostile contact. Group 2 copies.
Okay, now see, they have corvettes, and that's why I want to build some heavy corvettes, because my heavy corvettes will be able to actually hurt these things far more effectively than my... Can I capture these?
Group 9 reports enemy contact.
I don't think I can, and I think they're going to target and destroy the salvage corvettes if I try, so I'm not going to. You'll see they don't really do that much damage. Their damage is pretty damn low in the grand scheme of things, and I have sufficient numbers that we can pretty effectively kill
Group 1
them.
has defeated the enemy.
Hostile units destroyed. Threat eliminated.
Mothership sustained minor hull damage. Repairs are underway.
Now I'm sending all my fighters and stuff to dock with the ship to get repaired.
Car Salim has been destroyed. Heavy weapon damage is visible on the remaining fragment. A salvage corvette must be sent to retrieve the mission data recorder.
Which I will be doing in a moment, but I want to get my fleet, my ships repaired a little bit before I do that. And I want to get these heavy corvettes built, because they'll be very useful. I like how they line up in this big line, like to go inside. See, some of the ships got really badly damaged, that's why I'm having them dock, so that they can get repaired, and hopefully not just die. power, still
Heavy
harvesting. Good.
Corvette complete.
So this is pretty much going to be the one episode where I do a lot of harvesting and stuff on camera. I'm going to do as minimal as I can from this point forward.
Reporting. Reporting.
It's just that, unfortunately,
Designated.
Group 1 standing
as I've
by.
said before,
New formation acknowledged. Group 2 reporting. New formation acknowledged. Group 2 reporting. Group 1. New formation acknowledged. Group 2. New formation acknowledged. Group 1 reporting. Strike group coordinates locked in. Group 2 reporting. Strike group moving into position. Ready.
oh, tab turns off the that. I didn't realize you could turn that off. But
Destination locked in.
okay,
Group 3.
so I'm not really sure what is a good formation for fighters or for corvettes.
Forming strike group. Strike group coordinates locked in.
So I still usually set them in a claw formation, though I feel like claw is not as good for corvettes. But, unfortunately, whether it's the best or not, it's really the only good option I have. Now, not next, I don't think next mission, but the mission after that, we get a thing called a resource controller, which we can place or have follow the resource collectors, and they will unload resources at the ship instead of having to fly all the way back to the mothership. So it does make collecting much faster than it is right now.
Group 1 copies. Strike group coordinates
Fortunately,
locked
we
in.
do not have
Strike group moving into position. Group 3. Strike group moving into position.
that just yet. Actually, I might be able to build it next mission, in which case I definitely do want to build it. Okay, so the salvage corvette is taking its merry damn time.
At ease.
Hyperspace test recon team.
Ready.
Are you full? You're not full.
Resources downrange.
Turn the hell around and go.
Copy. En route. En route.
Yeah, the AI for the resource collectors is sometimes pretty retarded, to be honest. It is fairly often less than intelligent
Heavy
how
Corvette
it
complete.
chooses to do things.
Nothing but gravel out here. Roger. Resources downrange.
If you're a straight line, there's
Group 3 reporting.
stuff other than gravel out there. Quit your line.
Heavy Corvette complete.
Group 3. Standing by.
Group 3 reinforced.
New formation acknowledged. Strike group coordinates locked in.
Okay. So we're going to have you
Confirmed.
do your thing.
Group 1 reporting. Strike group moving into position. Group 2. Group 2. Strike group moving into position. Strike group coordinates locked in.
Now, when I was playing this on my own, I lost a resource collector here. So I probably should wait to send the salvage corvette in.
Priority alert. Additional hostile units detected on an intercept course with the Car Salim. Protection of the salvage team is a primary objective. It must return to the mothership with the mission recorder. We need that data.
Group 2 standing by. Strike group prepare for assault.
But I do not want I don't want to delay the video, stretch this video out any longer than I already have,
Copies. Group 2 copies.
if I can help it. So
Group 3.
now there is an enemy command ship that is launching all of these fighters. And I could go and attack it.
Strike group receiving fire.
I'm not going
Group
to,
one
but I
reports victory.
could.
It's an enemy carrier. They appear to be reinforcing their squadrons of fighters and corvettes with it.
Strike group attack order confirmed. Group 1 standing by. Group 2 standing by. Group 3 standing by.
Okay. The other thing that I do not like about, or really the one thing I don't like about this, the remake here, is they've limited the camera.
Drawing heavy fire.
You used to be able to move the camera around freely. You cannot do that anymore.
Strike group under enemy attack.
I've also made these things a little more deadly.
Group 2 standing by. Strike group to battle positions. Group 3. Strike group prepare for assault. Group 3 copies. Group 1. Strike group attack order confirmed. Supporting friendly units.
They used to be able to attack this
I'm
thing
taking hits here. Heavy
and
fire.
destroy it.
Strike group moving into position.
Group 1 reports enemy contact.
No problem. This is a cakewalk. Group 1 copies. Strike group coordinates locked in. Strike group
The problem is, if I try to...
standing by.
Safely,
Strike group
downloading
coordinates
mission
locked
data
in.
recording. Replaying last entry.
Assault. Reporting.
Group 1 under attack.
Group 1 standing by.
So they're retreating now, so...
What do you mean you detect a hyperspace entry? The mothership isn't due for...
Sir, I have
Group
multiple
1
contacts
reports
on
enemy
closing
contact.
vectors.
Group 3.
Unknown
group
profiles.
moving into position.
No recognition codes.
Group 3 standing by. Dock order confirmed.
They're not ours.
Dock order
If they're
confirmed.
not ours,
Group 1 reporting.
who the hell are
Coming
they?
into dock. Group 1
Sir,
standing
they're
by.
coming in fast. Check. Incoming fire. We are
Strike
under
group to
attack.
battle position. Group 2 copies. Strike group to battle
They're getting
position.
through. Breaches across all decks. Hull integrity failing.
Local resources in dock
Mothership, if you are
Nothing else
receiving
in
abort
range.
hyperdrive
Group
test.
2 reports victory.
Abort hyperdrive test.
Group 3 standing by.
Okay. I have now done all of the... Oh, see, now they're sending
Coming
in...
into dock. Group 2 standing by. Dock
Sending
order
in some bigger and nastier
confirmed.
things.
Underway.
We are detecting enemy units advancing on our position. Organize a defensive force to protect the mothership.
I don't actually have to do that. All I have to do is wait until my resource collectors get back and unload their stuff, and I can actually leave. Which I will be doing.
Group 3 copies.
Now, I've lost about 5 interceptors, and I'm going to need more of those, so... More of those we shall be building.
Interceptor complete.
Group 3. Strike group attack order confirmed. Group 2 copies. Strike group reports hostile contact.
As long as I leave my resource collectors alone, I'm not really that worried
Group
about
2 standing by.
any of these guys, really. The guns on the heavy corvettes are so slow. They do more damage per shot than the guns of any of the other corvettes. But they're so slow in firing that it makes them
Supporting friendly units.
of relatively limited capability, really.
Group 1 has defeated the enemy.
Group 1 standing by. Group 3 reporting.
Interceptor complete.
Strike group prepare for assault. Resources exhausted.
Interceptor complete.
Group 1. Strike group coordinates locked in. Group 2 copies. Group 1 standing by.
Interceptor complete.
Strike group coordinates locked in. Group 2 standing by. Strike group moving into position. Strike group attack order confirmed. Group 1.
Interceptor complete.
Strike group attack order confirmed. Supporting friendly units.
Group 1 under attack.
Strike group under enemy attack. Interesting, they're targeting the salvage corvettes still, even though that's no longer Strike group under enemy
Like,
attack. Group 3 copies.
even though that should no longer be a priority, they still are attacking the...
What's the call? Group 1 reporting. Resource collector awaiting orders.
the salvage corvette.
Group 3 reporting.
Curious.
Strike group reports hostile contact. Group 1 standing by.
And I want one more
Construction
interceptor.
underway.
Oh, we just lost another interceptor.
Clear.
Damn it.
Drawing heavy fire. Strike group.
We've determined that these enemy units are inferior to ours. To protect against penetration of the Karak system, destroy the attacking force completely.
Now see, this is where it actually starts to be a problem, because
1 copy. Strike group. Prepare for assault.
you
Strike
cannot
group,
destroy
2 copies.
the
Interceptor complete.
Friendlies under fire. Moving in. Strike group to battle position. Group 3. Group 1 copies. Drawing heavy fire.
Group 1 reports victory. Group 1 reports enemy contact.
Strike group coordinates locked in. Group 2 reporting.
Group 2 reports enemy contact.
Dock order confirmed.
Group 1 under attack.
Group 3 copies. Group 1 reporting. Reporting. Group 2. Roger.
Group 2 reinforced.
Docking underway. Supporting friendly units. Group 3 standing by. Strike group to battle positions.
Group 1 reports enemy contact.
I caught one. Group 2 copies. Group 1 standing by. Dock order confirmed. Group 3 reporting. Group 2 copies. Roger. Group 2 copies. Acknowledged.
Group 1 reinforced.
Group 3. Group 2 reporting.
Group 9 under attack.
Strike group, prepare for assault. Reporting. Dock order confirmed. Friendlies under fire. Moving in. Copy. Coming into dock. Ready. Docking underway. Taking damage. Group 1 reporting. Strike group receiving fire. Under fire. Requesting orders. Strike group prepare for assault. Weapon set to full power. Group 2. Group 1 reporting.
I'm not talking that much because I'm focused on trying to decide what I should do with everything here, but what I'm trying to do,
Group 2. Group 1.
and the reason I have my ships divided up into 2 groups here,
Docking underway.
is I'm trying
Reporting.
to
Attack coordinates locked in. Group 3 reporting.
limit my number of casualties by
Group
getting
1 has
ships
defeated the
inside.
Group 3 copies. En route.
Group 3 reports enemy contact.
Getting ships to dock
Group 2 standing
while
by.
I
Dock order
am
confirmed. Group 1 coming into dock. Strike group under enemy attack.
not
Supporting
under
friendly
heavy
units.
attack.
Group 3.
So that they can get repaired when I'm not,
Strike group to battle positions. Copy.
in immediate danger of
Pursuing
losing
targets. Moving to
ships.
intercept. Dock order confirmed. Ready. Strike group reports hostile contact. Standing by. Confirmed. Strike group prepare for assault. Group 3 reporting.
Because I really want to do my best to not lose ships. I don't have the resources to be losing all these fighters.
Attack vector laid in. Group 2 standing by. Strike group to battle positions. Group 1 standing by. Strike group prepare for assault. Strike group prepare for assault. Strike group attack order confirmed. Strike group receiving fire.
Unfortunately, you lose ships no matter what you do, really.
Group 2 standing by. Docking underway. Group 1 reporting. Coming into dock. Group 3. Strike group coordinates locked in.
Now, I have fought and driven off
Pursuing
the
targets. Strike group attack order confirmed.
the one ship. You can do it. It is not easy, but it can be done.
Interceptor complete.
I don't really have...
Group 1. Strike group to battle positions. I'm taking hits here. Group 1 standing by.
Interceptor complete.
Friendlies under fire. Moving in. Group 2 copies. Engaging. Group 3 standing by. Strike group attack order confirmed. Strike group prepare for assault.
Big problem with trying to do that, though, is that as soon as you try to attack that ship, you lose a lot of ships trying to attack it, basically.
Group 3 copies.
And there's unfortunately not much you can really do about that.
Group 2 reporting. Strike group, prepare for assault. Group 3 standing by.
Fortunately, you also lose a fair number of ships trying to...
Acknowledge.
No, stop.
Enemy units are retreating.
Course set.
Objectives complete. Stand by for immediate return to Karak.
Reporting. Dock order confirmed.
Okay. And we can actually just immediately return.
Dock order confirmed.
With
Getting
dock.
into dock. At ease.
But I am going to save here, and we will actually be picking up here next time. So thank you for watching, folks. This has been Homeworld, part of my shooter series, and I will see you next, or not part of my shooter series, Homeworld, just in general, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.